losing your vital fluid is not a problem. Once, twice, whatever count it is, better there be a purpose for it. Because if you're only losing your vital fluid, your white F, for the sake, or I should say because you find that body like really, really good, and that is the reason that makes you commit to lose that white F, that is really bad. Semen retention in the modern way is gonna be hold it all, surpass a woman's body, and once this energy gets built up, do not buy in another lust. And when you don't buy in another lust, question comes up, where do I put this energy back then? It's actually the spiritual answer now. Now, the very first reason is to surpass a woman's body, because when you're able to do that, you conserve energy, but this energy that you have stored and built up within yourself, you just want to put it out somewhere else, which is also bad, because if you want to put it out in a way in which you only want to fulfill yourself, nah, that is just not going to work out, because when you don't get those things after trying it all out, you're going to go back to chasing that woman's body, could be any woman's body, and once you're done releasing all of that vital fluid out of yourself, you will be, like, you're in this constant loop of, when you don't get that, you're gonna jump onto that, and when you don't get that, you're gonna jump onto food. Once you eat a lot of food, you're back on, like, you're turned back on, and you're gonna go to this woman's body again, which is obviously, again, virtual. So yeah, I have figured what is the modern need of doing semen retention in a way like it's only a part of something bigger, and something bigger is actually the spiritual thing, which I will be talking about in my videos more as I film it more and more. But right now, this is just a smaller part. I'm not saying you have to do this for getting the benefits or feel like you're inevitable or something else, because that is what the first thing was in my head when I was trying to say, because I've tried it in the past, but I'm not going to drag my past here, because I have ruined it. Not completely, because that has resulted in a learning that I was never going to find out unless I would have walked on that path back in the past. So yeah, credit has to be given to the past too. Right now, if I have to sprawl out this image, I can see it really clearly. First up, you need to surpass a woman's body, because to lose your vital fluid is totally good, because let's just imagine you are just going to start a family. You are going to need this vital fluid. Are you still going to be mad like I lost my vital fluid because I had to start my family? Yeah, you will have to lose it. Maybe a little bit, and once you do that, maybe you will also be taking part in all those things with your partner, which is totally fair, which is totally natural. It's not like we are committing a sin here, because if you see all the species, everybody is producing their own kind in their own way, and this is natural. So losing your vital fluid is not a problem. Once, twice, whatever count it is, better there be a purpose for it. Because if you're only losing your vital fluid, your white F, for the sake, or I should say because you find that body like really, really good, and that is the reason that makes you commit to lose that white F, that is really bad. So, semen retention in the modern way is gonna be hold it all, surpass a woman's body, and once this energy gets built up, do not buy in another lust. And when you don't buy in another lust, question comes up, where do I put this energy back then? It's actually the spiritual answer now. So, it's a bigger picture. That is why I told, and I'm still saying it to you guys, it's not the world, but it's definitely a part of a world you will have to become eventually after many births, birds, okay, births, because this is something spiritual that I'm bringing here. God has mentioned in his spiritual verses, after many practices of spiritual, not like spiritual, but after many practices of births, one finds me as your ultimate goal. Now I'll explain this as well, because let's just say you surpass this woman's body. And this is also like taking us back to the thing that I was saying previously a couple minutes ago. Because when you surpassed a woman's body, you could be interested in a woman. Like, what is she beneath the skin? What kind of woman she is? Okay. Once you found your type of woman, you're satisfied with this portion of life, you are going to go to the things that you want to fulfill in your life. But it never ends. It never ends. You maybe, or you still might be with your favorite person here on this planet Earth right now. And I can guarantee you still find flaws and you still say, why is this guy not like this? Why is this woman not like this? Even you're not complete, I'm not complete. But you know, there is something that you're trying to fill up for. You're trying to fill up the gaps by seeking something else. Okay. When you go totally spiritual and totally transcendental, you don't look for the things that can fill you up. You start filling yourself up on your own in a way you have never done. So this is going to be a really long picture, but from tomorrow onwards, I am going back on my semen retention journey again, in a way I've never done, in a way people have never seen, because the goal is not to stack up the days. The goal is to surpass a woman's body, which is only a little bit of portion here. And once this energy has got built up inside you, you have to use this energy back again to surpass every other thing you're drooling on. And it could be anything for you. For me, when I was staying clean with this energy, I was watching a lot of motorcycles. I really love motorcycles. I have a lust for motorcycles. When I was not getting those motorcycles, I was going back to food. Like, okay, I can have this because I've retained all of my weight. No. Every single thing has to be surpassed. Not for the sake of your own good, but as a sacrifice to him. Because every other action you take, he has mentioned this again in his spiritual words, every other action you take for your own self, or maybe for some other mortal, that thing has a bondage. Like you're expecting some kind of result. If not a result, you're expecting. But with him, you just have to work and do not expect any results. It's not coming from a point of like whatever you try it out, you have to be in a way like this was my duty, not like I was expecting some results from it. Enough explanation for this video, I guess. Tomorrow onwards, we'll just start.